Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar, Turning Audiences into Customers in 2025. My name is Marcella Ritchie. I'm a Senior Event Marketing Manager and I'll be your host today. And joining me is Bob Osborne, Director of Product Management at Certain. Hi, Bob.
Welcome everyone. Hello.
So today we're going to explore how the latest advancements in AI can help you create highly personalized experiences that drive engagement and ultimately turn your event audiences into loyal customers. But before we dive in, just a few housekeeping items. The session is being recorded, so we will send you a link afterwards so you have a copy of the content. And please feel free to submit questions through the Q&A feature, and we'll address them at the end of the event during the live Q&A. Now, here's a quick look at what we're going to be covering today. First, we're going to discuss the gap between data and results, and then we'll dig into the bridge between those two, event buying signals. And then we'll look at AI for events and what to look out for when evaluating AI-powered event tech. And then we'll cover how that helps you convert attendees into customers. And then lastly, Bob's going to show you all a demo of Session Advisor AI, and that's Certain's AI-powered recommendation solution. Okay, so let's start off by reflecting on a key insight that sets the stage for our discussion today. So 90% of CMOs admit that they lack a full understanding of AI's capabilities and potential impact on business processes. Now, this stat highlights one of the current challenges in leveraging AI effectively, and that's understanding what AI's true business impact is for you and your team. Now, here's another one for you. 61% of companies are concerned with inaccurate data muddying their AI-driven personalization efforts. So two things become clear here, right? Messy data poses a threat to personalization efforts, and there's a knowledge gap in how AI can fix this. Events provide a wealth of data, and what we want to explore today is how AI takes that data and makes it actionable and scalable. Now, here's a few more challenges that might sound familiar to all of you. So low session attendance, right? Attracting attendees to the right sessions can be challenging, leading to underwhelming participation. Missed content and networking opportunities. Attendees disengage when sessions and event content don't align with their interests or goals, and they fail to connect with relevant peers and discussions, limiting their event experience. And then fragmented insights and difficulty proving ROI. That sound familiar? There's an ongoing difficulty in capturing and analyzing attendee behavior to make data-driven decisions. And we all know how challenging it can be to demonstrate the impact of your events. So Bob, tell us, how can AI help address these challenges?
Absolutely. Thanks, Marcella. Well, today we're not going to learn about personalization. Modern marketers, they already understand the value of personalization. We're here today because we want you to learn how to move your business forward, and events play a key role in that, as does AI. So with AI-powered insights, event tech, it's bridging the gap between the wealth of data that events provide and deep audience insights that help convert attendees to customers. So how does that happen? First, by driving event attendance and engagement, increasing attendee satisfaction and retention, optimizing the relevance of your event content, streamlining session planning and content promotion, enhancing insights on attendee preferences, which can be used to optimize future events, and then by identifying buying signals to help map attendee interests based on the stages of your buyer's journey.
Now, let's just take a second to talk buying signals because they're a key player here. These are attendee behaviors that indicate interest in a product or service, and they're essential for identifying high-value leads. And so they come in two forms. First are implicit signals. These are less direct, early-stage engagements like session attendance or browsing your website. And these suggest interest and help us identify leads for further nurturing. Now, explicit signals, this is the good stuff. These are the direct actions that clearly indicate intent, like signing up for a demo or requesting pricing. These signals are gold for your sales team as they represent leads who are further along in their decision-making process. Now, we track these signals via engagement throughout the event cycle, and they reveal which attendees are most likely to purchase, and that allows teams to focus on those high potential prospects. So, using AI-powered tools to capture and analyze these buying signals, we can identify specific interactions like attending a product-focused session, and then we can assign each interaction a score based on buying signals. So, attending a product demo indicates higher interest than a general session. Then we use AI to track those scores in real time, creating a data-driven scoring model to prioritize leads. Now, this level of buyer insight means you can take relevant action after your event because understanding someone's readiness to buy significantly impacts how and when you engage with them, right? Now, Bob, can you do me a favor? Will you just please walk us through what an effective personalization looks like in 2025?
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Marcella. So let's say Jane, a high priority prospect, she registers for your event. The bulk of the sessions she registers for are business intelligence focused. You automatically add her to a BI focused email track and then offer her tailored session recommendations based on this and past engagement data. So during the event, Jane attends 2 BI talk and visits your product booth. This triggers a real-time notification to your account executive, who then extends an invitation to a private workshop. Following the event, Jane receives a personalized follow-up email with a BI white paper and an invitation to a demo. So long-term, all of Jane's interactions are logged in your CRM, informing future marketing and sales efforts.
So if I'm Jane, this level of personalization is enough for me to at least have a conversation. And when sales teams have the insights to identify my pain points and interests, that conversation is most likely converting into a demo. Now, the key to this level of personalization is engagement data. Now, events stand out because of the rich insights they provide, and modern event tech amplifies what we can do with those insights. So if you take some of these options that you see here, from tracking session attendance and content engagement to gathering feedback through polls and surveys or booth check-ins, you can collect the data you need to customize experiences. So Bob, with all of this engagement data in hand, let's talk about where AI comes into the mix.
All right, so to turn attendees into customers, you need a 360-degree view of your audience, and this is where AI really shines. AI transforms raw engagement data into actionable audience insights. So, for example, behavioral tracking allows you to analyze real-time attendee behavior to uncover their interests. Sentiment analysis enables gauging of attendee feedback to refine your content and approach. Predictive analytics, it can assist you with forecasting future behavior from past interactions. The AI-powered event tech, it turns events into strategic assets, driving outcomes that give businesses a competitive edge.
I mean, this level of insight's huge, right? It offers a comprehensive view of events and reveals valuable buying signals. And as a marketer, that's everything.
And as an attendee, here's what this level of insight offers to you. Tailored recommendations that align with interests and behaviors, time saved by quickly surfacing relevant content for a streamlined experience. Attendees can gain relevant insights by recommended sessions that meet their goals while also being introduced to new topics and ideas. And then it boosts networking by connecting them with like-minded participants who are also in the same session. Here's another example. Let's say you're auditing a recent event to find out which sessions were attended by prospects from your target account list. You see that a high-value prospect attended a session on transforming podcasting with AI. You follow up with that attendee with a personalized note and recent ebook on leveling up podcasting with AI. This level of personalization used to require manual effort that could drag out past the point of impact. But with AI, you have immediate access to these insights and everything you need to make follow-up relevant for your buyer.
So knowing the importance of AI in elevating the attendee experience, what should we look out for when it comes to using AI-powered event tech?
Well, we touched on capabilities like behavioral tracking, sentiment analysis, and predictive analytics. When it comes to conversational AI for events, I think a lot of people only see it through the lens of the attendee. But as a marketer, the power of conversational AI for attendee insights and strategic planning, it's huge. Conversational AI can act as a virtual assistant, delivering instant, actionable insights. So these tools can answer questions, engage interest based on interactions, allowing you to capture buying signals. One of the cool things that certain conversational AI capabilities can do is provide immediate access to attendee data analysis and real-time reporting. So users can ask questions in plain language and receive immediate, focused responses. For example, you can ask, based on this event attendees' feedback, what do you suggest we improve for our next conference? How can we tailor this to an audience of marketing execs? The next important tool to look at is the ability to offer AI-powered session recommendations. We're going to take a look in a minute at how certain session advisor takes all these buyer insights and transforms them into smart, personalized session recommendations. But first, let's take a second to talk about Session Advisor AI. So what is Session Advisor AI? It's an AI-powered solution that delivers personalized recommendations tailored to your attendee profiles, interests, and their past event behaviors. Independent of any platform, it seamlessly integrates into your existing workflows. It offers flexible delivery options, embedding recommendations on your website, on session catalogs, and through targeted email campaigns. So if you have an existing event management platform, not certain, we can ingest your event data and your registration data and provide session recommendations wherever you'd like to deliver them. So any website or session catalog where we can just identify when one of your registrants logs in, we can identify who they are, we can serve up those personalized recommendations.
Nice. So, okay, imagine you're hosting a large conference with hundreds of sessions spread out over multiple days, including several showcasing new products from your portfolio. And your goal is to fill those sessions with the right audience of users and prospects, ensuring that they're wowed by your demos and inspired to adopt your latest offering. With Session Advisor AI, you can ensure your ideal buyers discover these sessions and increase the likelihood of full attendance and driving conversion. Now, it's important to note we're not talking about a single event or feature here, right? We're talking about a key player in your larger growth strategy. And you can see here the business value of having an AI-powered resource like Session Advisor, from personalization at scale to enhanced analysis and ROI, which addresses some of those challenges we talked about at the top of the conversation, right? So let's see this in action. Bob, I'm going to pass it over to you. Can you please walk us through a brief demo of Session Advisor?
Sure, thanks, Marcella. So before we get into the demo, I just want to start by showing you under the hood of our recommendation solution and what we think differentiates us from our event tech competitors and makes it the most sophisticated in our industry. What you're looking at in these two visualizations are attendee and session clusters or groups. In our attendee models, we group attendees based on their profile attributes, such as organization, job title, attendee type, their interests, and their past behavior. Sample behaviors could be the sessions they attended at last year's event or sessions they already registered for at this year's event. In our session model, we cluster sessions based on their metadata, such as session track, target audience, the type of session, or tag, and overlay the two models to suggest the sessions appropriate for each attendee. So these interactive visualizations, I think they really show how our models have organized all of the attendee and session data that we have fed into them. And I really think that this highlights the depth and breadth and just the multi-dimensional nature of our solution. And with that, time for the demo. All right, so what we're looking at here is this is a session catalog that was built out in the certain platform. So this, of course, is where an attendee who is already registered, they launched, typically the typical flow is probably 3 months before the event. They register for the event itself. They've paid, they're signed up. Within a month or two, maybe the session catalog is launched. They're going to come here, log in, and view the catalog where we've enabled this widget, or basically this a little script, a snippet of code that we've inserted into our session catalog, and it displays the section recommended for you. So what they can do, and actually I should note that this, of course, can be updated to match the look and feel of any website that you place this in, or your session catalog, regardless of where it's hosted. Here's another example, just of the same widget being inserted into the web view of our Touchpoint mobile application. We've updated this look and feel to match that branding. So as a registrant is logged in and they are navigating your catalog, they'll see the recommended sessions. They can scroll, they can click in to learn more, they can toggle through or navigate through the carousel. And I think it's really important to note that, so we're tracking every single click, every scroll, and capturing that data, and then we will be surfacing that in reports and in dashboards. And then particularly if they actually select the session and register for it, we're of course capturing that data as well. So all of that will also be used to, of course, enhance our model in the future to see the effectiveness of our recommendations. Of course, they can also click into learn more, where we can show an expanded view that may show some additional information, such as the session description, the track type of session, etc. We can also show remaining number of seats. So as that gets low, we of course can highlight and create some urgency to sign up for those sessions. And yeah, I think that's everything we wanted to show you on the attendee-facing experience. Now we're going to show you behind the scenes, just a quick look of the application where this is all configured. So as it states here under filters, by default, all sessions there are included in recommendations. So typically you don't want to recommend everything that's set up, because you may have some items that may not be appropriate for recommending, like a tour, something to that effect. But what we can do is we create a filter to exclude particular sessions. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to use this filter later on and apply it to the widget, into our emails, etc. Only just a few configuration options here. For one, we can filter out sessions based on their type, or track, or tag, or level. So we want to exclude any networking, virtual happy hour, any welcome sessions. We can add multiple filters, so we could filter out on tag, etc. By default, we display all any of the recommendations that make it through the filter. We display those even if they are full, because we want the users to maybe be added to a wait list, or to just be aware that those are also being offered. But we can disable that to hide sessions with full capacity. We have some other limit options where we can, once they've registered for, in this case, 15 sessions, they probably don't need any more sessions. So we just hide the widget altogether, don't display any recommended sessions. And then here we can set a minimum and maximum number of recommendations to display. So maybe after all of their criteria, we've only got 2 recommendations to display. So we may just want to hide that if there's less than 3. And maybe there's 25 sessions that we might recommend for them, but we think that's overkill, don't want to overwhelm them. We can set that maximum at 15. And we can also configure those individually by attendee type and set different minimums and maximums. So that's filters. That's where we would save our filter. Next, we'll navigate up to the actual plugin. And actually, I failed to mention, here's where we can pull back and look at last year's event and pull in recommendation data from that event to supplement the recommendations for this year. So website plugins, this is just where we configure the plugin or snippet of code, widget, number of names for it. Here, we want to edit one of these. So we can configure the layout, a couple options, carousel versus grid. We configure the dimensions of that widget when it's rendered on the page. And then we apply that filter on top of this widget. These are the dynamic fields that pull in the session content and session metadata that's displayed in that carousel view that we'd selected. And we can insert any of these dynamic fields, including custom fields, assigned to each session. And then the full content view, that's if a user selects Learn More and they see an expanded version. So there we may add some additional fields. There you can see there's remaining seats. That's that dynamic field that shows how many seats are available. So once we've created that plugin, we can view the script. This is that snippet of code that I mentioned earlier. We can copy it to our clipboard and insert it into, or download it, and then insert it into our session catalog or wherever website we're going to render these in. Last couple items here, the email capabilities. So under email, pretty standard. Here's where we create the email templates that we may want to send out, maybe when our catalog launches. So we can put some static text and or dynamic text, just as introductory text, like within any email. But then right in the center between kind of the header and the footer and the body, we'll render the recommendation template that will it will cycle through. And for each, say there's 10 recommendations that we're going to make, it will populate this with that content for all of those 10 sessions. So those are our email templates. And then last, under email scheduler, this is where we set up our email, basically our campaign. We select the email template that we'd like to send out, apply the filter, select the recipient attendee types that we want to send to. Also, maybe the statuses. And optionally, we can insert specific email addresses that we'd like to send to that we know. So that just think of this as you want to resend to one attendee, we can go in here and just type in that one attendee's email address. This can be sent in real time, sent immediately, or you can schedule this later to be sent out at a specific date or time, or a time relative to the start of your event. So maybe automatically want to send this out 2 weeks before, and then have another instance where it sends it out a week before. So that concludes the demo. Marcella, did you have we have any questions come in?
So I just want to respond to a couple questions here. They're actually for Bob, but a few really good ones came in. And this one, I'd like to know as an event marketer, is it possible, let's see here, is it possible to show a note about why you are sending a session recommendation to someone?
Yes. So in the, I don't think we have this configured in the demo, but there is a dynamic field that is like the reason for the recommendation. So it shows you can insert that into into your template, and it will indicate this is recommended because it was registered for similar by similar attendees, or because of your profile attributes matched with this as the audience of this session recommendation. So they're much more concise than that, but yes, we do offer that as an option.
Nice. Now we have another good one here, Bob. I'm going to let you speak to this one too. Sorry. I think you'll do a better job of it than me. Can you explain the difference between Signal and Touchpoint, two of Certain's products?
Sure. So Signal is basically our data orchestration engine. Some may used to refer to it as an integration framework, but just think of as Signal is where we can push data to third-party applications. We can pull data in from. So it's not necessarily we have an API as well, but this is allows you to basically just connect all your applications with your certain data, whether or not it's pulling data in or sending data out from the certain platform. But we are looking to we are in the process of building that as a standalone application, which we are leveraging for Session Advisor. So if let's see the other part of that question, let me just answer that. Touchpoint is our event mobile application. So you can create native Android, iOS event apps, and that can pull in a lot of all of the session data, everything you can imagine for that's included in a event application. And yeah, that's a Touchpoint. I suppose.
And you would have
Last
seen,
one.
thanks, Bob. You would have seen some screenshots before when we were talking about how to capture data. You would have seen an example of some of our touch point options in terms of different ways to capture and drive engagement. But it's a fantastic app. I can tell you right now, it's probably one of the greatest tools you can have when it comes to attendee engagement and capturing that valuable data. We have a few more questions, but unfortunately, we're definitely tight on time here. I'm going to throw one more out at you, Bob, if you don't mind. And that's just, let's see here. I don't want to leave anybody out. If a user already registered for a session that conflicts with the time for that session, will it be recommended?
So we do recommend those, but we show a little indicator that there is a session conflict, and that's mainly to still make them aware of it in the event that they want to modify their schedule, maybe cancel the conflicting session so that they can attend something that's more relevant to their interests. But yes, that's possible.
Great. Okay, well, look, we are definitely at time. I just want to thank everybody once again for joining us today. And thank you to Bob for sharing your knowledge with us. We hope you all gained valuable insights on how AI can transform your event marketing and help turn more audiences into customers. And before you go, don't forget to visit our website, certain.com, and schedule a one-on-one demo with our team. Connect with us on LinkedIn for more tips and updates. And that's it. Have a great day. We look forward to seeing you at future events. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.